edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a Thursday, day one of the Arnold Palmer Invitational from Bay Hill. It is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great today, dude. Beautiful Thursday here. Excited for the weekend. Going to be losing an hour, I was just told, actually.
Losing an hour,
but getting the daylight, dude. Love the daylight, dude.
Daylight's important.
Daylight is important. Love to see. Can't wait for it to be like 8:30. Still kind of light out. Love that. And stoked to talk some trade deadline here for the NHL. Crazy day yesterday, Brian.
Are you really stoked, though? We'll get into it, but really, you're kind of you're tight, basically, like we all are.
I mean, I'm tight as a Ranger fan, yes, but as like a hockey fan in general, I mean, there's been some crazy moves.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that some of it was our competition, and again, we'll get into it for sure. So much to discuss today, baseball as well.
Oh yeah.
As an update from Bay Hill. But before we do that, we have about a book worth of comments. If you want to get to those.
Yes, I do want to get to those. And you were not lying. Early and often in the house, we seem to have Michael Buckta, who is chirping Domac, who, by the way, is not here again today, Michael. but he says he can smell another Celtics loss tonight. You want to know what else I can smell?
Playing with fire.
Tatum choking in the last shot and sitting on the ground in disbelief. And then he says, again, Domac, if you're there, I think you should sit on the damn couch, buddy. Remember, I was right about the Celtics losing on Tuesday and Tatum getting shut down in the second half, dude. And then he's saying, let's see what else we have. Barnes, you know what I think? Tatum could work the night shift to Stop and Shop until 12 a.m. He needs to learn some hardcore values in life. Wow, dude. And then we have Josh B in the house, of course, with the Let's Go. What's up, fam? He says Thirsty Thursday. I think he's the one who's Thursday. Hashtag TCA, hashtag the Sports Port, hashtag DTV. Michael stoked, for Josh B. Matthew Gabriel also in the house with the Let's Go. Saying what up to Josh. And Michael Buckta also says F Tatum. Wow, Matty G hopping on that train as well. Michael saying I talk so much trash about Tatum. It is unreal. Let's see. I'll forget the first time I commented about Tatum and the way Michael T said his name.
Does he really say crazy?
I haven't noticed.
I think he just cheeses when he says it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Buckta is jacked,
definitely
ready to go.
Michael asking if our moms know that he hates Tatum.
I mean, maybe
I would say
mother.
Yes,
I think my mom was in yesterday, but I think she didn't understand the whole thing. If I had to guess,
right, that would be a good guess. And then that's basically it, dude.
Wow,
yeah.
Wow. So a lot of comments. Great to have everybody with us, and I can't say enough. How much we appreciate you guys who are here every day. Commenting, it really adds to the show. And I speak for us, all of us at Downtime. We really appreciate the engagement and appreciate you guys. So just say that. Now on to the course. So like I said, the API underway, and this is presented by MasterCard. Right now, Luke List and Chris Kirk are your co-leaders, 2 under par. Luke teeing off a little earlier, so he's through 8. Chris Kirk is actually only through 2 holes, and he birdied both of them. So a great start for Chris Kirk. He's had a decent start to his year. And we will have some notables teeing off soon. I have the PGA Tour live coverage on my phone right now. Victor Hovland and Ricky Fowler teeing off in a little more than 15 minutes. And Scotty Scheffler, I believe, momentarily will be stepping up to the first tee box. Last second, I did go with a head-to-head matchup with him over Rory McIlroy. What are your thoughts on that, Tony? Would you put your money on Scotty over Rory this week?
Betting the mortgage, Brian. Absolutely.
Right? Like, I
dude.
think no matter what tournament we're talking about, I'll do that every time. And I know, sometimes, but Rory really has not too much winning lately. And I would love to see percentage of time when they're in the same field, how many times Rory finishes ahead. Can't imagine it's too high.
No, there's no way, dude.
A bunch of, I don't know if this is Tatum again.
Has to be. Oh, Kev Dew in the house.
Let's go!
He wants the smoke. Shout out to the Yankee boy. How about that loss yesterday? He says.
Well, what would you say more effective for him? Chirping about spring training losses or trying to tell me to get nervous about what could go wrong during the season? What do you think has more effect on me, if you had to say?
Oh, more effect on you? Probably the regular season. Try to get nervous.
But I'm not nervous.
Yeah,
Even though, and we'll get to it.
Rodon. What are you going to do, dude?
But hey, spring training, one thing at a time. What's up, Buck to Tatum?
That is what Kev Dew says. Of course, Michael riled for Kev Dew. My mother in the house saying, good morning, fellas. By the way, called my mother this morning. No answer.
Wow. Wow. How the tables have turned.
Yeah. And then Kev Dew, of course, hang on to that Yankees lose.
So ridiculous. And like I said, we'll get to that in a second. Also on the course right now, you have Jason Day, Tom Hoagie, Hideki Matsuyama all at 1 under. Nick Taylor, who won at Waste Management earlier this year, is even through 6, tied for 9th. And unfortunately, a guy that me and you are a fan of, the newly turned pro Nick Dunlap, running into a little trouble here, is 4 over through 11 holes, so not the best start for him. And he had a triple bogey on 3, as well as 3 bogeys on 8, 9, and 11. So hence why he is 4 over, but is playing the par 5 12th as we speak. So an opportunity there at least to get one back. We'll have to see.
Yeah, tough course, man.
Tough course,
especially for someone like him.
And then, so I just wanted to double check this. Yeah, so Scotty is 10-10, which is in 3 minutes. So he'll be teeing off then. And then, I'm just trying to think here for a second. So
10-10, yeah.
Who did why am I blanking on this?
Aubert.
Okay. So Aubert, let's see. Okay, so Aubert is not teeing off to 130. Rory is 120. And the last group of the day is going to be Sami Velmaki and Adam Scott, as Keegan Bradley, it looks like, taps in for par to remain at 1 under.
Keegan Bradley, baby, let's go.
So I picked Dunlap as my sleeper.
No, I did.
Are you sure? I have the document right here. Just one of those things. Change the screen.
I feel like I am pretty sure, dude. Yeah. I don't know who you picked as your sleeper.
I thought it was Dunlap. Just trying to get to it.
I thought I did because I was like, because at first I picked Martin Lard, but he wasn't in.
Oh, you did. Okay, I took Tommy Fleetwood, who I believe has not teed off yet.
12:40, he's teeing off.
Okay. So really, nobody in the mix for us other than Dunlap just yet. But they will be momentarily. And I, I'm with you on Scheffler, even though obviously I wouldn't want you to get the point, but have him for the matchup. So what do you, conservative, tough course, but it looks like we went over the weather report yesterday, good conditions. What are you expecting out of it? And go up, actually. Is this a par 72?
We have a par 72.
Okay,
dudes.
so a par 72. What type of score are you looking for out of Scheffler just to kind of set the tone for the week?
I guess you can get like a 69, maybe a 3 under.
Okay, a 3 under.
Solid 3 under.
Solid.
Yeah.
And then what's your guess leader in the clubhouse in terms of under par by day's end?
By today? Give me Aubert 5 under.
Aubert 5 under.
Yeah,
well, that would be interesting.
Strong
I was thinking in my head 4 or 5 under.
Yeah.
But hopefully it's Scotty that's leading.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So we'll have to see what happens. They are showing now Scotty on the tee here, or on the tee box. Hasn't walked up to the tee just yet, but the par 4 first, 449 yards. So I will, keep you posted with that. But love this tournament, and it's great that we get great weather finally. We kind of got screwed over between Pebble Beach and, and Waste Management.
Finally, dude.
In terms of the conditions. And what do you think? Last two comments here. Kev continuing with the Yankees. What do you think the angle is here? What do you think Kev is looking to accomplish, Tony?
I think he wants to just get a rise out of you, man.
But it doesn't work, though. I think it doesn't work. It really does not work.
It really doesn't work, dude.
The Mets have to do better than the Yankees for it to work.
Basically. Yeah. I was saying, if the Yankees are doing really bad, then
different story. But right now, it's comical.
It is comical.
And then Michael Bukta saying, Kev, Yankees are your favorite team, which is kind of interesting. Sam Burns, Tony, stepping up to the tee here.
Wow.
So it looks like he is paired with Scotty. So Scotty will go second here. Like I said, keep you posted there. But a lot to get to. But let's start in the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
And just want to bring you live here, Scotty, addressing the ball here. So we'll see. And it looks like +4 through 12 rounds on hole number 1 here. So setting up, let's see what we get, off the tee. In seasonal accuracy, 58.8%. In terms of fairways, he's looking this one in, and it looks like it is going to be in the fairway. So a great shot on number 1, favoring the left side, but on the fairway for Scotty Scheffler. So like I said, I'll keep you posted there. But onto baseball. And one thing I want to mention, and unfortunately, is a somber note. But I just wanted to say, unfortunately, yesterday, at LA Barnaby, we lost somebody, dear in our family that my grandpa actually hired in the 50s. Bill Kohlbecker, passed away yesterday. Lifelong Yankee fan, saw Mickey Mantle play, and was 93 years old. And on a daily basis, we would talk Yankees, and just a great guy. And, being that we were talking about baseball here, had to mention that, and, condolences, to his family, and we're really going to miss him. But I feel so fortunate that I got to spend so much time with them, since I was young, coming into work. And I really hope that the Yankees can give him something to smile about, this year, and really win one for him. So I really hope that we get that. And like I said, definitely tough, for sure. But I know that, he's smiling down on us, and just a great guy. And you really just can't beat the conversations, when you have people in that demographic, being, 80, 90 years on this earth, and just the different stories, experiences, that they tell you. It's truly, remarkable. So, once again, RIP, of course. And, onto the diamond here. The Yankees, were in action yesterday against the Tampa Bay Rays. And they did lose 4-3. For this game here, Carlos Rodon, did get the start, and unfortunately not a great outing for him. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 2 home runs allowed. So, his first start, last pitch he threw, let up a home run, and then he allows 2 home runs here. I believe velo was sitting below 94. So not, what you want to see early in the spring, and people on Twitter were talking about, he was mentioning in his post-game comments, that he has to learn now to when he doesn't have his fastball to rely on his breaking pitches and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's kind of mixed reviews. Some people kind of sounding the alarm. Other people saying, listen, at spring training, let's see what he does, come, that second game of the year against Houston. So we'll see what, what happens. But I don't know about you, Tony, but for me, because I've seen some at bats and pitches that looked pretty good. So I haven't really sounded the alarm yet. I mean, I think I would like to see a clean 3 or 4 innings out of him before the spring ends. And of course, I mean, it matters April. What's his ERA in April? Can it stay below 4? Can it stay around 4? Can he win us a couple games? I think that's what we need to see out of Carlos Rodon. But as you look at this and, the 3 home runs allowed in the 2 starts, do you think it's concerning, or is it, let's see the next 2 starts, what he looks like?
I mean, I guess, it definitely puts something in the back of your mind in terms of what you could see during the regular season. But I also agree with you, Brian, where it is like, hey, man, it's the spring training. This is where pitchers like Rodon, who clearly needs to make adjustments, this is where they can test things out. I don't know. I guess I will say, as Mets fan, obviously, I've seen older pitchers come to the team who,
Right.
Needed to get off their fastball. Max Scherzer is the most recent example of that. He had the issue of being a stubborn pitcher in the sense where he still wanted to throw his fastball, even though the velocity just isn't up there. And he gave up a shit ton of home runs because of that. So, it's important to see how Rodon reacts to this. Rather than just still trying to hammer the fastballs over the middle or up and in or whatever. That's just, obviously, younger batters now can react to it quick enough.
Yeah.
He does have to adjust. Like we said, I will say one thing that I think either Boone or he was saying was that he feels like fatigue, which is why his velocity is down. I mean, that would be maybe a little bit more concerned because it is spring training still. We have the entire long season ahead of us. But other than that, I mean, again, as long as he responds right, I think he'll be fine, dude. You should be blowing kisses to the crowd right now.
Speaking of fine, Scotty Scheffler from 141 here, approaching the green, looking this one in, and wow, what a shot for Scotty Scheffler. Looks like he has about 5 feet left for a birdie on number 1. So the type of start when you're backing somebody that you want to see. Hopefully he can convert, because we know, the putting at times can be a struggle.
Yeah.
And I think with Rodon, I think at times last year he was throwing like 92. So at least I think a couple pitches were 95.
Right.
And I did see the whole first start that he had. And I thought he looked decent. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But my mindset, like I said, is let's see what he does in the month of April, and then then let's sound the alarm if it's like every start he's getting hammered. Is in your eyes, is that the right way to approach it? Give him April. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, definitely, dude. I mean, listen. Again, like this guy has proved himself before. He pitches passionately. He's certainly someone who also, like obviously he's competitive, is what he is. So, he does want to do well for the Yankees organization, which is great. And you would imagine he is going to be, kind of making those adjustments and relying on off-speed pitches. And who knows, maybe he'll have like a newfound off-speed pitch that he goes to confidently for strikeouts. However, it does seem Matthew Gabriel is a little bit not so optimistic about it. Nervous about Rodon. Not going to lie, Brian, IDK man. Just seems like he might be shot. I don't know. It's only spring, he says, but I mean, come on, dude. And he goes, I know you are too, dude.
I did watch the first start though, and I thought he was okay, and I don't know. It's just hard for me to think that, what is he, 30 years old, that this is just gonna be it. You know what I mean? He has a terrible injury riddled season and then it's over. And again, we can't go by spring training. So we have to see what he does, in the regular season. But like I said, next time out, you would like to see some more positive signs, as Luke List is now 3 under. So in solo first, and you got 3 guys, Lauer, Kirk, and Matsuyama, all at 2 under here early on at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Other notes from this game, pitching wise, Luis Gil, who missed last year, Tommy John, 2 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 3 strikeouts, did allow a home run. So, I think the whole thing is, long layoff. And you just want him healthy because I think, just like I was mentioning with Will Warren the other day, you would imagine at some point you're going to need him to possibly make some starts or at least be a long reliever for you out of the bullpen. So offensively for the Yankees yesterday, 3 runs, 9 hits. You had a Gleyber Torres home run. He was 2 for 3, so his spring average up to 313. So, kind of, working off and continuing that, strong season from 1 year ago. You also had Luis Torrens, the catcher, who's been pretty hot, hitting 500 during the spring.
There we
here.
go.
And then Stanton, unfortunately, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Alex Verdugo, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. You also had Carlos Navarez, one of the backup catchers, had an RBI and a single. Juan Soto also 1 for 3 with a single as well as Scotty Scheffler. And I was just a little off here, 6'2" on the birdie putt here. Lines it up right through the back of the cup, Tony, or what do you think?
Absolutely, hands down.
Yeah.
Right? Like, come on.
Let's see. Brings the putter back, and he missed it. Oh my God. He's got to figure this out. I mean, it's so mental. At this point, I almost think I could putt better. Or you think that's pushing it?
I don't know.
By the way, tons of people with us right now. So almost, I think, double of what we saw yesterday, which was crazy to begin with. So again, we appreciate everybody, who's with us right now. Victor Hovland,
there we go.
First tee shot in the air here on 1. Looks like, yes, a beauty similar to Scotty's shot. We'll see if he could, do something better with it. But yeah, that's really all the notes, from this game. And the Yankees will be back in action today. It's going to be a night game here, 6:35, which is kind of nice. Being that, of course, with the scheduling we talked about with the Rangers being off again. Nice that it's a 6:35 game on the Yes app. So I can tune in for this. And I actually was going to check as Ricky Fowler tees off on 1 here. I don't believe. Okay, so no lineups out. I just wanted to get the probables here. Hoping anyway. Okay, so it's Luke Weaver getting the start actually versus Blackjack Flaherty, Tony.
Wow, dude, let's go.
So I think that's
nice little matchup.
Yeah, nice little matchup. And Weaver is the 6th starter right now. So he had a couple really good starts at the end of the year last season. Obviously, different scenario now, given that that was when they were out of it, and he's kind of just pitching to get a job next year. But we'll see what he does. And I hope, we see some Yankee regulars in the lineup, going against a guy like Jack Flaherty, who I believe, Tony, did he win a Cy Young at one point?
I don't think so.
He must have been close in the running, though.
Standing by. It normally tells you right up here. Yeah, I would say no.
Okay.
Let's see. Cy Young 2019 was 4th in the Cy Young running.
Okay. So that's what it was. But,
ERA of 2.75. I wonder who won that year. 2019. Who won? Who you got?
2019 Cy Young.
I can tell you right now off the top of my dome. It's kind of obvious a little
Jacob
bit.
DeGrom.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why even look it up?
You picked it? Like you didn't look it up?
Well, you just said it's obvious, so I figured who else is going to be.
Damn.
So yeah, that'll be 6:35. And I'm definitely gonna tune in and watch that game for sure as we inch closer and closer. And like I mentioned to you earlier, Tony, today actually is 3 weeks exactly till we have opening day. The Yankees will be in Houston, 4:00 start. I'd imagine that's a Cole. There we go. Framber Valdez matchup, and of course Juan Soto's Yankee debut. And then we will be at Citi Field, and I would imagine it's going to be Freddie Peralta versus Luis Severino.
Yes,
Tony. We'll have to sort that out, but I feel pretty good that we mapped out the train scenario. Fuck the subway.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got that down. Honestly.
No, yeah, dude, me too. Because obviously, getting there is You want to make sure it's down pat, especially like after getting back to, or you had a
Right.
few. You don't
Right.
want to take this seriously here, right?
Exactly.
We want to be stranded
No, and I just
anywhere.
like that it's split up, like part in
Yeah.
the car, not in a cramped in a subway with
Right.
sketchy people. So excited for that.
Oh,
Excited
yeah,
for
dude.
Yankees opening day the following week. So actually, yeah, that's a little over 4 weeks and 1 day away from that one as well. So a lot of good stuff coming up, and 1 week till my first fantasy baseball draft. So
Hey,
excited about that. Mets were rained out yesterday,
Unfortunately.
but back in action this afternoon. Or
yeah,
no?
Nationals.
Nationals. What do we got?
Quintana will be pitching.
Oh,
dude.
because he was supposed to pitch yesterday. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, that's probably the biggest thing you're looking at. Lineups are out there too. It's a shame because yesterday there was going to be, it seemed like a big changeup, honestly, in the lineup and everything.
This is a night game
tonight.
Yeah.
Luke Voigt was actually supposed to start at first base.
I don't see lineups out.
Really?
On ESPN.com, lineups are out.
No, I have mine on MLB.
And the lineup is out.
Yeah.
Is the Yankee lineup out?
Let me see. If I go to baseball here, preview matchups.
No, wait, that's matchups. That's not the lineup.
Yeah, I don't see a lineup for Yankees.
But because I just looked at the Mets on my MLB app, and there's no lineup. It just says matchups.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Hold on, let me go back.
I was gonna say because usually 6 o'clock game, they're not gonna have.
Yeah, no lineups out. Oh yeah, you're right.
And opposing Quintana is gonna be Jake Irvin, a guy I'm not familiar with, but he's had 24 games in the MLB, 4.61, all with Washington. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Is that? Oh, those are spring training. Okay.
I feel like he's been around a little bit for Washington. Too.
No, last year he did make 24 starts, but I don't watch the
Right.
National League games.
Yeah, no, he's bad.
So the Mets hammered him last year.
Yes,
It's hammered.
should be hammered tonight.
Gotcha.
6:30.
Gotcha. Have you really, other than that, have you heard anything, in regards to the remaining, two starting pitchers, the premium on the market here with
For
Snell
Snell
and Montgomery?
Monty,
Anything?
nothing, dude. Dead in the water right now. I haven't heard anything, honestly. Not even in terms of Mets, but
it is crazy, and obviously, you never know with reports. As Luke List took off his shoes and hit a ball standing in the water.
No kidding, dude.
Or he's about to. Yeah, but his socks are off. His pants are rolled up. Yes, and he is in the lake right now. Let's see. So he's 134 yards away, hitting some type of. I'm guessing this must be a pitching wedge. I'm guessing. Maybe a 9-iron.
That's ridiculous.
What's your guess here? On the green or no?
Yeah, probably. Luke List, you say?
Yeah, he's leading right now at 300. This is going to be a big shot for him, so that's why he has rolled up the golf pants.
That's awesome. Did you do anything like that?
Not with shoes off. The ball is in the air. Looks like a good shot, and it is on the green.
Wow.
Rolling back towards the cup. But he'll probably be looking at 25 feet or so for birdie there. I think birdie anyway. But nevertheless, I think pretty impressive to land one on the green from 130 out and standing in the water.
Yeah, I would say so. I bet that water feels good though.
Yeah, hot day there. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. And what I was gonna say before I was distracted by that, as he's drying off his feet now on the fairway, is you don't know what reports are true or not. As Scotty looks like he is he just putted a long one for bird and past the hole. Oh man. And he's got like 12 feet left for par. Oh, terrible start. Anyway, that Snell's only contract offer was from the Yankees. I don't know if you've heard that.
I heard the contract offer. I haven't heard any other team
offers.
offer, so I would imagine so, right?
And it was prior to Stroman.
Mhm.
So they said, because luxury tax,
Right.
they're not going to sign him. And I was so sure because of what Aaron Judge said, but I guess really what they were hoping for, and, I think it's one of those things where it would probably have to happen at the deadline now, and if they need a pitcher, but they were hoping for Cease, but I guess, they haven't been able to come to terms there. And that's a tough one for me. And trying to put on your Yankee hat here, Tony. With Cease, I mean, would you be reluctant to, give up much for him? I mean, obviously was one of the best pitchers in the league.
What's much though?
I'm trying to think. So Yankee prospect wise. So obviously you would say no on Spencer Jones, and so would
No,
I.
Yeah.
All right, so let me see here. So I would say if it's their first round draft pick from last year, George Lombard, I think a shortstop, 19 years old, has hit a home run earlier this spring. Him, Will Warren, Oswald Peraza, and Ben Rice, who's their third ranked catcher in the system. Like, would you do that? You're giving up that shortstop, and obviously, I mean, he's and Peraza and a pitcher and a catcher. So it's 4 prospects for Cease. And I actually have to check.
I don't know if I would do that, dude.
Yeah,
I don't think I would.
Let's see. And if Matthew is with us, would you do that, Spol? I mean, 4.58 is concerning in terms of earned run average.
Right.
But was lights out prior to that, still had a lot of strikeouts, and he would be under control for next year as well. Scheffler lining up, 14-foot 4-inch putt here.
He's gonna make it.
Let's see, make percentage from this distance on the tour, 24%.
That's actually kind of high. Higher than I would think.
But still, I mean, it's a quarter.
What's the percentage that you make the putt?
5, right?
Yeah.
Just want to take you through this.
Wow.
He is really. Oh, this is.
Was he close?
Infuriating. One of those at the end where it ducks out, of course. Okay, but anyway, so Cease, 28 years old. Won't be 29 till next season. The year before, 2.2 ERA, has struck out 200 batters 3 straight years, which is no small feat these days. So you're thinking a bounce back, but you don't want to give up a ton of capital, Tony. I mean, what are your thoughts here?
I don't know, dude. I never really liked Dylan Cease that much, to be honest.
So you wouldn't want the Mets to get him?
I mean, I'm not going to give up a lot for him.
Yeah,
that's what I'm not saying I wouldn't want him at all, but I would not be giving up a lot for him.
Trying to think of if it was Vientos and Vassell.
Sure, yeah, I probably would do that.
Just because those guys, you're kind of
on the fence about. Cease would be ready now.
Yeah. List with a birdie to get to 4 under. Of course,
that's awesome.
Him in his matchup, but Scotty with his putting, now I'm bugging out that not even just for this tournament, but just in general, that this is gonna be a big detriment to his career.
I mean, that's been his big kind of problem is his putting, right?
5-foot 4-inch putt, and then also he has a big putt that's 25 feet away, but it's you have to roll it 14 feet past.
Yeah, I know, it's tough, dude.
I mean, that's amateur.
Oh.
And it looks like, is he on the tee now? Let's see. Oh no, this is Sam Burns, so he'll be teeing off second. But par 4, 432. So Sam Burns teeing off. Looks like he's actually hit this one into the water. Thank God this is not Scotty Scheffler.
432.
Yes, into the water here for Sam Burns off the tee.
That's tough.
What do you think about Ryan McNeil saying Scott Boras is a bum?
I mean, I can see why he would think that.
Yeah.
I don't think he so much is a bum as he just kind of is like a douche.
Man. And we're going to switch gears in 1 second, Tony, but I just want to see Scotty hit this tee shot right down the pipe. I mean, he's a good ball striker.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, off the tee should be no problem.
Very, just good posture up on the tee here. Let's see here. So takes the club back. The ball is in the air. That looks like it should be right down the middle. And it is right down the middle in the fairway. Carried 281, and I would think it rolled out to about 300 yards. So good bounce back tee shot there for Scheffler. But of course, he hopes to get to a close proximity to have a chance for birdie here on a difficult par 4. So I think you're kind of riled, golf coverage simultaneously.
Yeah, this is dope, dude.
Yeah, the live stuff. We always say the live stuff is the best. And it's unfortunate, obviously, other than horseshoe shows, usually there's not anything live going on around the air. Yeah, but obviously it's sick for the horseshoe, the Sunday night baseball games this summer. Obviously, we're riled.
Yeah. Be safe if there's like a big screen TV in here right now playing this golf.
I know. Because it's not a big screen, but I do have like another like monitor. I mean, I don't know if I should like bring it in. It might be like that size, so I don't know if it's worth it or not.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Sort it out though.
Maybe tomorrow morning.
I'm trying to think though. Like, so let's say we did stumble upon something. Would we have a spot? And then also, I know, we're retro. Are we allowed to? Would Michael allow a brand new TV?
I feel like, I know it's tough. I feel like he would allow that for the sports port, but I almost like I would have to be somewhere where we can both look. So I'm thinking like mount it over there, dude. But that would be, that's actually a big deal.
Big deal. Now, what about
permanent? Also,
is this like it has to be just this size, like this stand for the? Is this TV built? I just don't know. Is like this TV built into the stand?
No, you can take it off. There used to be that bigger. I don't remember. We had a bigger monitor.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What do we know? What the max
weight limit is?
Or no, just monitor size?
I mean, that one must have been like a 40-incher, right?
But this isn't a TV. This is a monitor. So could you you can only have a monitor on here?
No, yeah, it's a TV.
It's
a Vizio TV.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out because maybe I'm trying to think too. We could put it like just during the show, like over there, and then you can see it. Or
yeah, totally, dude.
All right, so we'll have to figure that out, and actually perfect for gaming corner.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh,
we have our live games on as well.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, let's go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's a middle pick. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Wellington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me? Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pasternak.
The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So a busy day in the National Hockey League. Only 3 games, tons of trades. But as Scotty looks on from the fairway here, I'll keep you posted there. But if you could break down the trades for me, Tony, and let's start with, unfortunately, the Rangers deal here. I believe a 2nd and 4th round pick for Seattle forward Alex Wenberg.
Yeah, dude. So this is kind of like exactly what we talked about, yesterday, where the Rangers kind of have to make a move here. I'm just pulling up my stats on him right now. So, I mean, listen, this is not bad by certain means of the phrase, but it's obviously not the splash trade you're looking for. Again, you're forward here. This is the 3rd line center they decided to go with, Alex Wenberg. Been in the league a little while here with Seattle. You really didn't give up much. A 2nd round pick for this upcoming offseason, and then a 4th round pick, which is a conditional pick for 2025.
What's the team control?
Not sure.
Okay. Did they show that on Hockey Reference or no?
I don't think so, dude. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Contract. It's not showing up right now. Let's see. I can do maybe some research here. Yeah. Oh, nice. Kraken retained 50%. I knew that. Seattle gets 2nd and 24th and 4th and 25. I knew that.
Scheffler from 133 takes the club back. Looks like a straight shot. There's a little curve here, and this is on the green. I want to say about a 12-foot putt. Obviously, no certainty with the way he's been putting, but you never know.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But nonetheless, this isn't terrible, but you still, it leaves a lot of Rangers fans wanting for sure. But I guess at the end of the day, you fill a hole in Wenberg. I mean, you want to look at the stats, 25 points in the season. Obviously has played every game, which is great. I mean, I guess his faceoff percentage is about 47%. which is probably a little bit below league average, but nonetheless blocks a lot of shots, plays a physical game. I guess maybe on that third line, with VC, he can maybe do some damage and facilitate some nice play here. But I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously, I am right now looking forward to what they're doing next. This certainly is not like a trade to be like, wow, like this is sick,
But from what you can tell and see and decipher from stats and just stuff that people are saying, what is it about him that made them want to acquire him?
I want to say it was the price in which they could get him at. Which, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe Chris Drury made a mistake because I feel like you look at like what Tarasenko.
What was the package?
It was like picks. I can pull it up right now.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, it was a 4th round pick for this upcoming season and a 3rd round pick for 2025. And Ottawa is also retaining half of his salary too.
So
like how come the Rangers couldn't get that?
Like, why did they do that?
That's what I mean. Like I feel like Chris Drury maybe over evaluated other players, or I don't know, man. I don't know why the heart was set on Wenberg.
So also too, and I didn't know this, but one of your personal favorites, who was once Goot Snell, is now Gensel. And Jake, is one of the biggest sought after available names on the market. And the Rangers have been listed and associated with him, but not one of the favorites. I know they mentioned Vancouver, and I think I did hear something actually too. Boomer was talking about it today. And he was saying maybe a 3-way deal because Lindholm has been underwhelming since they acquired him, and then he would go to Boston.
Yeah.
And then that they would get Gensel. But Rangers were listed. I just personally feel, Tony, I don't care about draft picks. We need to win this year. We'll go over the Tarasenko thing in a second, but everybody's getting better, and that is the premier name on the market. Yes, we could get Frankie Vetrano, but I just feel like we need to figure out a way to get Gensel in New York.
Yeah, and again, maybe that's one reason why I'm like, hey, this isn't terrible with Wenberg because now you have the cap space still to maybe get Gensel. But like you said, I mean, there's plenty of teams interested in him. Boston, Carolina being one of them as well. I think that you're going to probably have to, spend a little bit more than you would want to at this trade deadline for him right now because he's so sought after right now. But nonetheless, I mean, you kind of force your own hand though, in seeing some of these guys, Henrique, Tarasenko, kind of go to different teams. You, especially like Tarasenko too, going to Florida. I mean, that's going to be like an Eastern Conference matchup.
That's why I'm saying just because of that.
Yeah.
Just because of that, I think we need Gensel.
You do, and you can't get Gensel go to Carolina. If he goes to the Hurricanes, if he goes to the Bruins, like you're going to screw yourself in the postseason because then you're going to be facing him, dude. So you got to get where Scotty fucking blew another putt.
7 foot 10 inches, and of course the same putt again, where at the last second just veers off left. So taps in for par, 1 over 3. Bunch of shit, Tony.
He's got time.
But yeah, honestly, Tony, and I hope you're going to say the right thing here, but I would unequivocally give up a first and Kakko and maybe something else to get Gensel. I want him here long term, finish his career with the Rangers. He's a gamer. That's the type of player you need. It's like, I know it's different sport, but it's like almost reminds me of like Soto. Like the opportunity's there, you go do it. You don't worry about Michael King. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel there. Or Drew Thorpe, you like I said, you rip off the Kakko Band-Aid, and it seemed like you're not in love with the first and Kakko for Gensel.
I'm not in love with it, but I mean, at this point, this is what you're gonna have to do. I would first and Kakko is fine. I would give nothing else though, because that's a lot.
But what if there was a line in the sand, conditional second?
Conditional second, fine.
With the first, so first,
yes,
conditional second, Kakko.
That's fine.
Wow,
just gotta win.
Not
though.
Even wavering.
I mean, dude, at 52 points in the season. No, let's take it easy now.
What if we take out the conditional second? Rempe, Kakko, first rounder.
No, I wouldn't.
Really?
No.
Really. The only thing is, and listen, I'm gonna stand behind him. I hope he's a great player. But with Rempe, I feel like it's like his calling card is just going to be like the physical. Like, I don't think he's going to be like in terms of numbers and points. Like, I don't know if he, do you ever feel like that though? Like he's too like big to be like, involved in a lot of scoring.
I guess. I mean, listen, if he learns how to like navigate himself to the front of the net, he does seem a little awkward.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I mean, he's still a tremendous presence on the ice, and you do not want to trade him to Pittsburgh and then start seeing him every year. Because that's just gonna be an absolute fucking nightmare. And he also, like I think people are undervaluing what his physicality brings to the team.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what game, who maybe it was against Dallas. Where like he got into a fight that riled the team, and like a minute later, like Trocheck scores, ties the game, they go on to win, and they're all talking about, like Rempe is that type of guy who brings the energy. Like that's what you want, dude. Like you want someone who's on the ice who has that presence, especially for a fourth line. Like that's huge value. I think he has huge value, and if he learns on how to score and use his body in front of the net, which we've seen once already, he had a deflection goal this season. He'd be very dangerous. You don't seem very happy about Scotty Scheffler right now.
Yep. Par 5 fourth in the rough off the tee, hooked it left. I mean, just unbelievable.
That's not good, dude.
As we approach a year of not winning on the PGA Tour. Score update here. List 4 under, Lauer 3 under, Matsuyama 3 under, Chris Kirk 3 under. And then Minwoo Lee Sol 5th at 2 under.
Like they gotta get Gensel. It's like they have to.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it's 2 firsts, I know you don't want to hear it. But I think I would honestly give up 2 firsts. And Matthew Ryan may be watching the PGA Tour live coverage.
Yeah, Sky not good, he says.
But I would
talking
give up
shit
2
about the
firsts
Rangers
in Kako, honestly. I don't care, Tony. This is about right now, and this is kind of a good segue. But after the way Florida played us, the way they've been playing, and then the fact that they have Vladimir Tarasenko now, how the hell are we going to beat them without Jake Gensel? Honestly,
I know, and honestly it's pretty crazy because I mean around the league we talked about the other trades, the one between Buffalo and Colorado, straight up. I mean, Bowen Byram for Casey Middlestad, also a crazy trade. I believe they were 5th and 8th round draft picks respectively. Casey being one of the top goal scorers right now for Buffalo this season, and then of course Byram, being a great defenseman too for Colorado. Very interesting move that they would kind of,
but I guess buried in the rotation. That's why they made the deal. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of funny too because he's definitely a bit more of, I guess, like a true defenseman, right? The hitting, the checking, the block shots. Obviously, and their Colorado's premier defense was obviously Cale Makar, who actually netted, I think, his first career hat trick last night. But then now they're adding like offense with Casey Middlestad, which is kind of ridiculous. That guy probably has like 52 points, I think, last night.
He was the Buffalo leading point getter.
Yeah. Which is crazy that's what, like, just straight up for those 2 players. Like, that's a kind of outrageous trade. That I feel like I wouldn't have seen coming at all. I didn't see coming, that's for sure. But Colorado's going to be so nasty now offensively.
Well, that's what and they already are.
And they already are. That's what I mean, dude. Like they're going to be a significant threat, like moving into the playoffs. Like, which is again, like it's cool to see teams like Colorado be so proactive. I know that we still have today, tomorrow's the deadline. I think at 3:00, whatever. But that's the type of move I want to see out of the Rangers. I want to see a proactive trade. Even Vegas too, getting Noah Hannafin too. Like that was also pretty crazy. I want to say Boston boy, definitely a top round draft pick for Calgary. No, it wasn't Calgary. I forget where he was drafted by. He was traded to Calgary, I think. And now Vegas to pick him up. I mean, that's going to be huge. We've seen Vegas go on Schneid's, right, this season.
I think Vegas is done.
I don't think so, dude. That's a huge defensive pickup right there.
Well, I mean, they've been lackluster, though, for like 2 months.
I know. No, I agree with that. But I think that's the type of trade that can kind of rile them. It's a young defenseman who, again, is more of a true defenseman, too, who can, like, lay the wood, block shots, rile the boys. And I mean, they have enough offense to go around. I feel like their defense was their problem. So I mean, obviously, yeah, Vegas bolstering their team. I mean, and we talked about Edmonton too. I mean, dude, Edmonton getting Adam Henrique
and Sam Carrick.
Sam Carrick, right? Who's been around a little bit from the Ducks, obviously. Solid player. But adding Henrique is huge. They had some like mid-level goaltender too, I think. I think with the University of New Hampshire. But still, like now you're another goaltender. Who knows what he comes about into, in terms of a professional goaltender. But kind of crazy, dude, that these teams are making these moves. Like Rangers, they need to make a big splash, dude.
In the terms of this three-way deal with Edmonton, Anaheim, and Tampa, Ducks retain 50% of Henrik's salary and trade him to the Lightning for the rights to reserve goaltender Ty Taylor. Lightning retained 50% of Henrik's remaining salary and trade him to the Oilers for a conditional 2025 fourth-round pick, which moves to 2026 if the Oilers win the Stanley Cup this year. And then also the three-way deal was completed with the Ducks trading Carrick with 50% of his salary retained to the Oilers, with Taylor and a 2024 7th-round pick for Edmonton's 2024 first-round pick in a conditional 2025 pick. Comes fourth round, they win the Cup. Also, cap hit-wise, Oilers with Henrique, 1.456. Carrick, 425,000. Seems like a home run deal for Edmonton.
Yeah, and
going for it,
which is pretty crazy. Again, you talk about all this salary retainment. A lot of these teams that made these trades, like they could make other moves. Like who knows what they can still do. So I would still expect. I know there's a ton of games tonight, but definitely overnight here, maybe even tonight too. During some games, you're gonna see some more trades. It's gonna be pretty crazy.
Scheffler from $299 out in the rough. And this one it looks like, find the fairway. So I think he's back in the fairway here, hitting his third shot and hoping to put him in position to get a birdie to get back to even par. We'll keep you posted. But yeah, and I think too, probably Oilers. And I don't know if they had wind of, the Avs, with the trade they made. But maybe that was kind of like a counteracting.
Has to be, dude.
To say, okay, well, we know they're most likely going to be our top competition. We need to keep pace. So definitely kind of interesting stuff there. In terms of big names, Tony, big scores in your eyes, I mean, really left out there. I mean, it's Vetrano, it's Gensel. I mean, is there anybody else that, is available that you think, is big time for a team looking to win a cup?
Yeah, I think the Blues, their GM just announced that I forget
Buchnevich?
Yeah, they're gonna retain some of his salary. Anyone who's interested, trying to sell him.
Victor Hovland, 2 overs, standing in the water, hitting a second shot on 3. And it looks like that has found the rough. So Victor Hovland, a disastrous start.
Disaster start.
Is Buchnevich, is he a difference maker? Would you want him on the Rangers?
Yes, and yes,
okay.
Yes.
What about a backup player, Duclair, as well for the Rangers, maybe, if they can't get the other guys? Or you're just like, get the hell out of here. I'm not taking Anthony Duclair.
I guess I would if I can't get Gensel, can't get Buchnevich.
Yeah,
got to get somebody.
Right.
You can't be sitting still. You can't be sitting on your thumb. A lot of teams are, by the way. I'm surprised I haven't seen like LA make any moves. Surprised I haven't seen like wild card teams, Predators, even teams like, I know the Flyers made the move, but like Islanders, nothing. Devils, nothing.
Right.
I mean, they got to do something, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there?
I mean, but come on, Devils. I mean, by the way, too, I guess it has something to do with who's available. I forgot who they're. I have it up on my other tab.
Devils. They're looking for like Markstrom. I know, from Calgary.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying like I think they're like minus 175 tonight. It's like, have they been watching the games?
Really?
I had the wrong tab up here. Let's see if this
is tonight, Thursday, Devils.
Blues. Yeah,
minus 185.
I mean, but the Blues didn't even make a deal, did they?
No.
And they didn't play last night. No.
Correct.
What the hell is that?
There's something we don't know.
Maybe
Buchnevich isn't starting tonight or something like that. Maybe the lineups are out.
Yeah. You could pull up Daily Face-Off.
Let's see. Line combos. Where's St. Louis? Right there. Yeah. Buchnevich not in. Oh no, there he is. First line.
Okay. Well, that just Binnington out, maybe.
I have to double check starting goalies. Caps, Jersey, Blues. No one confirmed.
Like, right though. I mean, honestly, it's like probably the Devils win 5-0, and just to give Matty Matty Ryan, a half chub.
Yes, honestly, they suck, dude. They're not going to win tonight.
And Matty Ryan also says, Scotty not doing good. Can't believe Scotty has not won in 2 or 3 years. You said, right? No, next week will mark 1 year since he won the 2023 Players Championship. So we'll see if he can get back in the mix here. And then there was some back and forth before. Josh Beach, Chell, Devil Stink, Matty Ryan, Rangers having to try to get better. Means they're not ready for the playoffs.
That's
Are
ridiculous.
The
That's
ready
so
for the
ridiculous.
Playoffs,
honestly, the Rangers are ready for the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're ready for the playoffs.
Honestly, I know it's not, but it is. Must win on Saturday, Tony. I don't care. Like I know.
Oh, yeah,
yes, everything will be fine if they lose. Win the fucking game, though. Honestly, right or no?
Yes, have to. Early game to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Saturday afternoon. Need it, dude. Need it.
Yes. And then I thought Josh had said something else.
No, that's it. Oh, Matt Ryan,
Buka.
just bullshit, dude. The phone with the Rangers not win again. Like, honestly, dude, the Devils aren't going to win. Like, come on.
They're done.
And they're not
They're
even, yeah,
cooked.
they know because
They
they're
don't
not
have a
doing
coach.
anything.
They have an interim coach.
It's despicable.
It is disgusting. Anyhow, last night, 3 games on the ice. Pick wise, I went 4-2. You went 3-3. But really, the over-unders were the bugaboo last night as Scheffler hits it, and that is going to stick. Okay, so he's got probably 6 feet there for birdie. Judging by the way he's putted today, I would imagine he chunks it once again, but hopefully he doesn't. Anyway, we got all the winners right. So Maple Leafs, Avs, and Ducks all won. That's all what we said. Of course, we couldn't put a couple shekels up on the Ducks. That would have been a nice payout. But the Maple Leafs game, I watched it in its entirety, Tony.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Yeah, thought there would be a ton more goals. And it was interesting. I don't think we realized this in our preview yesterday, but the Sabres had actually beaten down on the Maple Leafs the 2 times that they had played this year. One of the games was like 9-3.
Okay.
So it was tight early. Maple Leafs with William Nylander, and Alex is his brother. Remember I was asking you that the other day?
Oh, yeah.
They are brothers who had his first career hat trick the other day.
That's so funny. I didn't say it on there.
But yeah, he had a goal to make it 1-0, but Olofsson answered back later in the second after Skrul's first. So we were tied at 1 going to third. No goals there. Samsonov finally playing a good game. And then in the waning moments of overtime, I think there was like 30 seconds left, give or take. Austin Matthews with his leading 54th goal of the year, on pace for 71. There hasn't been somebody in is it 30 years to have 70 goals in the NHL? So the historic season continues for Austin Matthews. As the Maple Leafs win 2-1. This matchup almost kind of reminds me of the Rangers with Columbus, where even though we knew Columbus wasn't good, I know Sabres are better than Columbus, but it seems like they're kind of like, a tough matchup for Toronto for whatever reason, but they get the win. We'll see if they add any pieces come trade deadline time. But I think one of the top contenders in the East, but I think we both are forecasting a little trouble. I mean, really, with all the top teams in the East, or do you like them better than Boston, given their struggles? Where do you have them on the hierarchy of the Eastern Conference?
It's so tough because historically, the Maple Leafs just do not do well in big spots under pressure. They're like the Cowboys of the NHL. I mean, it's if they do make the playoffs, it's not far, and that's if they're not blowing it, towards the end of the season. So I don't think that their team holds much water against really anyone in the playoffs right now. I have them, like, no matter who they play, probably first round exit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But I mean, I think I'm just trying to think of scenarios here. So let's say, right now, what are they? The third seed. So third would play 6, which would be who? But that's not, you gotta go to the playoff. Or either. Yeah, that's fine.
So third, they're
fourth. Carolina. Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah,
so,
Carolina's gonna
be sorry.
Yeah. But I think they would have I think they could beat Detroit, honestly. You don't think so?
I mean, they could, yeah. On paper, they could beat any one of these teams, dude, but they never do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see it. I'm very skeptical. Very skeptical.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. Scotty makes the birdie. So he is back to even par,
let's go, dude.
Through 4. So good to see that out of Scotty Scheffler. But Josh P says there's no winning an argument with Matthew Ryan LOL. It's like arguing Tatum with Michael Buckta.
Just not gonna do it, dude.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. anyhow, we did mention Detroit. We talked about the struggles, the Larkin injury, and they lose 7-2 in Colorado last night. Cale Makar,
First career hat trick.
and first career hat trick, and just a dominant win for Colorado. Mikko Rantanen, 4 assists. So kind of crazy. Colorado keeps rolling. And I think I was going to say this before, but I think the whole thought process is getting in the extra offense is like, they're probably like, well, we don't know what we're going to get from Georgiev, changes from game to game. So let's just make sure we're going to average 7, not 7, but like average 4 or 5 goals a game. And that's going to give us our best chance to win our second cup in 3 years.
Yeah. And hence, grabbing middle stat there, more goals.
Yeah. The Ducks win 2-1 at home against Ottawa, trading Henrique. And you would imagine that Frankie V is going to be out the door before tomorrow's deadline. We'll see. But I mean, I have a tough time. Well, I mean, why are you going to keep him? I mean, you're 13 under 500, no?
Yeah, no, you got to get rid of him. Absolutely. Also,
Yeah.
I forgot that they had Alex Killorn on the team, honestly. Tampa Bay Lightning, great.
Oh, okay.
34 years old from Halifax, dude, 25 points in the season. I don't know what his deal is, dude. Maybe he should get dealt too. Why not?
I mean, would you want the Rangers to get him?
I mean, honestly, yeah. Left winger.
I just feel like I need somebody big time, Tony. You know what I mean? Like that's almost like getting whatever. What's his name? Alex Van Wegen?
What?
The guy they just got. The Rangers.
Alex Wenberg.
Wenberg. Yeah. But
no, yeah, I mean, you're right. This guy was big like 5 years ago. It would have been a big deal, but obviously now, not so much. I just don't want the Rangers to miss out, dude. They can't come up with nothing.
Yeah. No,
they can't.
I mean, I don't think they will, but I don't know. Like, what would you say? Confidence, somebody that we are,
excited about?
Yeah.
42% right now.
And 1 to 10, your content level with Duclair, if that is the move.
If that's the move, then I'm 100% content with him.
Really?
I mean, yeah, that's like the big move. Then like we're all in. Let's go, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like he's
all
gonna
right,
be.
Because I thought you were like a little skeptical.
Well, I mean, yeah, but obviously, like if
he's
if
having a good year,
he's having a good year, he comes to the Rangers.
Ago,
like let's
different times.
Yes, like
right?
let's fire it up if he comes.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Fair enough. Tons of games on the slate today. And before we get to our favorite part of the day, just wanted to update everybody in terms of the picks. Like I mentioned, I was 4-2 yesterday. You go 3-3. So I pick up an additional game there. And if my document ever loads, Tony, I'll give you the exact figures in regards to that.
Yes, the figures.
So after yesterday, I sit at hold on.
Boy.
No, at least I caught it. There's no problem. It was just like a little math error here. Okay. So 3-3 yesterday for you. So you are 68-48, and I'm 64-52. So wasn't that crazy? So
nope.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
All right.
But anyway, it is time for the hockey frenzy.
All right, Brian, let's freaking go. Trade deadline time, Thirsty Thursdays, and the NHL is going to quench that thirst. Let's go. Starting off in Boston, the TD Garden, baby, 7 p.m. in Boston. The Maple Leafs marching in there, looking to prove to the world and to me that they can make a splash in the playoffs.
5 under now.
Luke List now 5 under as the Bruins tonight are going to be minus 140. The over-under, you bet your bottom dollar, 5.5. Wow, dude. That's pretty crazy. Again, these two teams, last 5 games, kind of not really the best here. You want to get their matchup for the season. Bruins absolutely sweeping here, the Maple Leafs. What do you think, Brian? Yeah, dude, that's what you think? What do you got?
The total, 5.5. It's going to go over the 5.5. And the Maple Leafs are going to salvage the final game of this season series here. I'm going to say winning this game with the offense, but let's say 5-3 Toronto. And just for Josh B, Austin Matthews, believe it or not, will have a hat trick to get him to 57 goals on the year. Riley crying in the corner somewhere in the Bahamas.
And I hope it's because of the Bruins loss, not anything else, dude. No, nothing, dude. There's nothing. Anyway, here I agree. What's up, Mikey? Give me the Maple Leafs tonight against the Bruins, but I think it will go under. I think tightly contested game, possibly even overtime. But I will say Maple Leafs win this game 2-1. Austin Matthews game-winning goal. Let's say the end of the third period. Why not? In regulation,
in the first round again.
Yes.
Wow.
High chance. Speaking of high chance, the Lightning, 7 p.m. will be taking the Calgary Flames on, dude. Tampa Bay here, -155. The over-under is 6.5. Both of these two teams have had pretty solid last 5 games. The Flames have won 4 of their last 5, just dropping a game to Seattle. The Lightning looking to keep their win streak going of 1. What do you think here, Brian?
This is a tough one. Last time out in December, the Flames beat the Lightning 4-2. I'm so conflicted on this. I do think Calgary's a better team, but they've won 4 out of 5, and Lightning, have lost 2 out of 3 here. So I'm going to say they pick up the home win for one night only. Vasilevsky turning back the clock, 35 of 36 in net, 3-1 Tampa.
I know Calgary just traded away one of the top defensemen. Got a defenseman in return, I guess, but no, give me Calgary here. I'll take the under. The Flames win this game 3-2. Next up here around the NHL, we're going to Florida. The Panthers, who have a newly acquired Vladimir Tarasenko, will be taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Florida -230 here at home against Torts and the boys. The over-under is going to be set at 5.5. These two teams have only played once before, and the Flyers squeaked past the Panthers early February 2-1. Do they replicate that score, Brian?
Yeah, so looking at this, Tony, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. The Panthers' offense, too much for the Flyers. Give me the Panthers 5-3, so Panthers and the over.
Honestly, I couldn't agree more. Panthers in the over as well. I'll call it 6-2 Panthers dominating that victory right there. All right, next up here, we're going to New Jersey, okay? The freaking team that Brian was like, yo, why are they -1? Now it's actually down to 175. They were just -185. The Prudential Center could be rocking in Newark, New Jersey. Over under 6.5. I don't know. What do you think? Devils on a 3-game losing streak right now.
Make it 4 games.
Wow.
Suck it, Matthew Ryan. But basically, I don't care. Going against my best judgment. Oh, why are they -175? Like, oh, the Blues. It's a good deal at +150. Well, fuck it, Tony. I'm going to just take the Blues here. I think they pound the Devils on the road here. We're going to say 6-3. Buchnevich, his going away present. Hattie Boom Batty.
I couldn't agree more with you there, Brian. I mean, St. Louis plus money here on the road. I'll take that any day of the week, baby.
Twice on Sunday.
Let's go Blues. And the over, they win 6-3. Bye-bye Devils. Bye-bye Matthew. Speaking of Matthew Ryan, we're going to Michael Buckton now as the Penguins are taking on the Washington Capitals. Pittsburgh -165. Is Gusnell even playing? Who knows? Caps suck anyway, though. Over-under is at 6.5 here. Both teams dropping 3 of their last 5 games, and they are tied in the regular season series at 1-1. The Penguins, though, shutting out Washington back in October. What do you got?
I didn't realize Gensel's on IR long term. What's the deal there? Click on his player page.
Oh, what? That's a good question. I have no idea, dude.
Oh, return is close. Okay, gotcha.
I wonder what the injury is, though.
Scotty Scheffler here, 22 feet, 2 inches for a bird. Tour percent makes 13% for him, negative 13%. I'll let you know if he makes it, but we know that he's not. So looking at this game, really down on both of these teams. Same type of MO in terms of older, declining. Don't seem like they could go anywhere and that they would be better off trading away pieces like a Jake Gensel. So I am going to just, because of Tristan Jarry's strong year, I trust in him. Give me the Penguins in the under 3-1.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I guess. Caps suck. I can see them winning this game. Penguins in the under, yeah, 2-1. Keep it tight, whatever. Next game up, 7 p.m. Let's go, baby. The Carolina Hurricanes, the PNC Arena. A team looking to win the cup, hoisting it. This season, they're going to play the Montreal Canadiens, and you know Carolina's going to be the heavy favorites. Minus 315, you bet your bottom dollar over under 6.5 here. Canadiens coming off a big overtime win against Nashville, but the last time they faced the Hurricanes, they got shellacked 5-3. What do you think is going to happen here, Brian?
I'm so sorry I blanked out here. Did you take the under with the Penguins or did you take the over?
Under.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, I do look for different thought processes, this and that. I don't have that here. Carolina, head and shoulders, way better than Montreal. I think they really hold them at bay offensively, and I think they win this one handily. 5-1, which would be the under?
5-1 would be the under.
Okay, so Hurricanes in the under.
Give me Hurricanes and the over. I think there's going to be a lot of goal scoring here. Canadians scored 4 their last time out against Nashville, scored 3 against Panthers, 3 against Tampa Bay. And the Hurricanes, we know they can score. So I say give me the Canes and the over. They win, I'll say 5-3. Let's go. Still 7 o'clock, our final 7 o'clock time slot around the NHL as the Columbus Blue Jackets taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Columbus at home, plus 220. Edmonton on the road, minus 270. They're pretty heavy favorites. Over-under is at 6.5. The Oilers, I think they're on like an 8-game win streak right now. Have to double check. Looks like the Oilers are on a 5-game win streak, excuse me. So they're keeping the good times rolling here in Columbus, Brian?
Yeah, again, you look for angles, and if Columbus was at home versus like maybe Boston, I would probably take them, but not against Edmonton. I think they blitz whoever's in net because it looks like Merce Lincoln's is banged up here. So give me Edmonton here. I'm gonna say 6-2 in Columbus.
So the over and the Oilers. I'll take the under here in the Oilers. I say they blank the Blue Jackets 4-0. Skinner feeling pretty good about himself, saying, hey, how's it going? Welcome, Adam Enrique. What's up, dude? Nashville Predators. Next game, 8 p.m. Nashville, minus 165 to the Buffalo Sabres, who are plus 140. Nashville not doing much at the trade deadline. And here, who knows what they'll make tonight. Over, under 6.5. Predators, I think, just snapped a 6-game win streak in an overtime loss to Montreal the other night, but they're looking to possibly bounce back, working off of their 2-1 victory against the Sabres last time they played here. What's going on here tonight in Nashville?
Yeah, again, I think I keep taking favorites. I mean, I'm looking for that dog, a tight dog, Tony, but I don't see it here. Buffalo, back-to-back, the trade. Nashville looking to bounce back from a disappointing loss. Give me Philip. It is Philip. Forsberg. Yep. We're going to say 3 points, 2 goals and an assist. Saros the shutout, 4-0 Nashville. So Nashville in the under.
Yeah, you can't really argue with that, dude. I mean, Buffalo Sabres, if they were on the back-to-back, maybe I could entertain taking them. But on the back-to-back, the overtime loss to Toronto, too. Give me the Preds here who are rested. Over under 6.5. You took the under, you said, right?
Yes.
Damn. I mean, look at all these wins, too. They've did great defense. Yeah, Preds win 5-1. What's up, dude? Next game, 9 p.m. We're going to Arizona, baby, taking on the Minnesota Wild. The Wild, another team who didn't do anything at trade deadline here so far yet. Over under 6.5 between these two teams. Minnesota, the favorite at home, minus 145. Coming off that tough loss against
Favorite
Chicago.
on the road.
On the road, dude. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah, I've been so done with Arizona, but I was just telling you how I'm looking for a dog, and I'm gonna just hope that it's the Coyotes. They've split the season series up to this point. Ingram is back. Let's just say he gets the shutout, and Arizona claws to a 2-0 victory over the Minnesota Wild.
Oh, wild, dude. Speaking of Brian getting his dogs, he's not finding one tonight in the Coyotes. The Minnesota Wild will win this game. And I will say, I want to say it hits the over. I want to say the Wild win this game 5-2. What's up scoring? Next game up, 10 p.m. It's late night. 3 games left around the NHL, baby. We're going to Vegas, the Golden Knights, taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Tickets as low as $34 at T-Mobile Arena. Can't believe that. Vegas favored it here. -115, the home ice advantage. Over-under is 5.5. I know you're on the schneid with the Knights, who are on a 3-game schneid, but they did take care of business against the Canucks way back in November, 1-4-1. But different teams here. What do you think, Brian?
Different teams. The Canucks jacked up. Are they going to land Jake Gensel? So I think Thatcher, strong performance. Knights drop their 5th out of their last 6 games here, and just not trending in the right direction. So I'm going to say JT Miller and Brock Bozier with goals as Thatcher, the road shutout, 3-0 Canucks.
Yeah, I really can't argue with that, dude. 3-0 Canucks. I will take the over, though. I say that there are going to be some scoring here. I know Thatcher looking for his 6th shutout of the year. But I think there's a lot of talent on either ends. I say maybe some defensive goals for the Canucks. Who even knows? But the Canucks will win this game. I'll say 5-3. Let's go, baby. Next game up, LA Kings. I feel like they haven't won a game in a while. Taking on the Ottawa Senators with no Tarasenko in the Crypto.com Arena. LA -195, Brian. Over-under is at 5.5, dude. King. Oh, wait, sorry. No, that's not the right game. Sorry. Over-under is at probably 6.5. I don't know what happened there. Over-under is at 6.5. Senators on the schneid themselves, but what do you think, dude?
Yeah, I think the Senators are due to win something. And let's say it goes over. I'm going to say Brady Tkachuk, 2 goals, 2 assists. Senators 5-3 in Los Angeles.
I think that's kind of crazy, dude. Give me the Kings here. I want old school decisive win. Give me the Kings in the under. They win 5-1, baby. Next game, last game, best game. The Sharks are taking on the New York Islanders in San Jose. The Islanders on the road here, -270. Over under is 6.5. The Sharks' last 5 games have all been losses. Islanders on a 4-game win streak, though. However, December, Sharks beat the Islanders 5-4. Do we see something different here tonight, though?
We see something different. Patrick Waugh was not at the helm for that one, and I think that alone makes a difference here. They're going to be buttoned up and taking them seriously. So I think Ilya Sorokin has a shutout. So lots of shutouts tonight in the NHL. So hammer the unders if you want to make some money tonight. But I'm going to say, Sorokin, 31 of 31. And we are going to give Matt Martin, a name we haven't said much.
Wow.
2 goals, 2 assists, Horvat with 1 as well. 5-0 Islanders.
So Islanders and the under. I agree with the shutout. Islanders win 3-0. Sorokin, I think his 4th shutout maybe of the year, whatever it is. But yeah, they win 4-0. And that is it right there, baby.
And that is your hockey frenzy. And a couple other comments here. Josh B, how do you
Show frenzy.
Matthew Gabriel, Chell is sick. And Michael C. Theophil going with the Lightning Bolts.
Absolutely electric, he's saying.
Electric, and everybody with us today. Shattering records, Tony.
Shattering, dude.
A lot of excitement here with the trade deadline.
Are you
coming
excited?
Up. I'm very excited as long as we don't, stand pat here and let Wenberg be the key signing, or say that we've agreed to terms with Phil Kessel, Tony. I don't want to.
I think you were hot on Kessel though.
Come on.
By the way,
we need to score.
Jake over there, upper body injury, has been out since Valentine's Day.
Wow.
So
and the numbers are so good, so that shows what a good player he is.
And apparently it wasn't that severe, but they did throw him in the long-term IR just as a precaution, I guess. And because of that, he literally could not come back until after the trade deadline. So that's probably why he's just been kind of resting and chilling. So hopefully there's nothing too crazy, multiple 40-goal season guy. So let's go.
And from the best himself, Josh B, Twitter is lighting up. I love it.
Josh B does love it.
So we appreciate everybody watching today. This has been great. And I was just thinking about this because of Matt saying Chell is sick. I'm at a loss, Tony, with Chell. I don't know what to do. I want to get the new game, but how the hell do I get my head out of my ass and actually, put together before? What's the best source of practice? Is he just playing?
Yeah, you need more reps, dude. You need more reps all the time. Though.
Like
you gotta play. Computer's hard. The computer's hard, dude.
No, but I think I'm better off playing on the gaming corner though. But I'm just torn because I want to get the new one, but it's just if I'm so bad, but then maybe just do it.
Just do it, dude.
40% off. Last time I checked on the PlayStation Store.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
What are we
40% off? That's pretty sick.
But it's I guess I just need to get to the point where I can play online because that's a problem. Franchise mode. I used to be big with franchise mode. I feel like I could do it for MLB and Madden, but not so much 2K and NHL. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Were you ever big with that NHL or not really? Franchise mode?
I tried, but not really.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Did rip online a lot.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Nick Dunlap has got it down to 2 over here as he's on the 17th par 3. Did hit the green, so I'll have a chance to get it to 1 under par. 1 over par. And I just wanted to get the leaderboard. Okay, you have it here. So Liz is 2 shots clear at 5 under of Matsuyama and Kirk, who are at 3 under. And then you also have Minwoo Lee, Brian Harmon, Matthew Pavone all in the mix at 2 under par. Scotty is on number 6. Can you pull up his he's at even? Because this has shot tracking. Because I saw it looked like it cleared the water, and this doesn't do shot by shot. I guess not. Maybe. They're probably going to show it on here in a second. But the whole, the Bryson hole, he's playing that right now. But I'll look on PGA Tour.com just to see here, because it was one of those where it was so close and he didn't seem tight. So I'm guessing that he was able to find the other side of the lake. But this is it says to left intermediate. So I'm guessing that means that he was able to clear it, right? Just cleared it.
Yep. Wow, dude. Talk about just clearing it right there.
That's insane. The other ball is Sam Burns, I guess.
That's correct.
What is this?
What? This is Tourcast on PGA Tour.
So it is from PGAtour.com.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is kind of sick, dude.
This is sick.
Dude, what the fuck this hole, dude? Holy cow.
We were just literally aim towards the trees on the right.
Literally.
Bang it up there.
You ever used this before?
No,
Pretty
but I have
awesome,
to
dude.
say, pretty awesome. I think it's because I'm always watching the live feed, but that is pretty cool here for sure. And I did see on there that you would put about a fight, Tyson and Paul. What's that about?
Yeah, dude. So I believe Netflix confirmed this morning. Rick and Dave were even talking about it. Mike and Matt were talking about it too. Mike Tyson fighting
Jake Paul.
Netflix confirmed. What's up, dude?
I think I would rather watch Full Swing, which came out yesterday. I didn't
I
watch
did.
it yet.
Neither have I.
Watch it later.
I think Tuesday, Binge Buddies.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's what it should be.
Wow. Let's go.
Well, maybe Tuesday. Oscars are Sunday, so.
But there's time. There's
time.
to figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. That to me, it's nonsense, Tony. It's just I don't know.
No, I totally agree. I mean, look at this, dude. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah, it just seems rigged and
Tyson's
money hungry.
You think so?
Oh my God, he went bankrupt, Tony, because
Really?
Don King stole all of his money when he was in the
Oh.
prime of his career.
Jesus
I can't believe you
Christ,
didn't know
dude.
that. You know Don.
Well, I
King?
didn't know he was bankrupt.
Do you know Don King, the Afro? I
yeah,
think he's
yeah,
still
yeah.
with us.
No, I heard. Are you sure he didn't?
Look it up.
Let's look up Don King.
He might have went actually a couple years ago, possibly. So with
no,
us, 92
wow,
years
dude.
young. So Scheffler also, by the way,
Yeah.
220 out, going over the water, heading towards the bunker, and he is on the fringe here. So we'll have a birdie putt from the fringe, or he could chip it as well. So or actually, wait a second. 2, so it's his third. Oh, okay. So that's actually going to be an eagle putt or chip. So not terrible. So we'll have to see what happens. Is Min Woo going for par here? Sinks it. So through 14, he is 2 under, one of Riley's personal favorites.
Josh B saying Tyson has money again.
Oh, maybe from podcasts.
I mean, it must. Yeah, right. He's all over the place.
He was
Movies,
like Tony, real bad. Real
Yeah.
bad. And then forgot what happened. He was like an alcoholic, and like
Yeah.
he just was like, I guess I remember seeing some interview. He just randomly woke up one day and he's like, I'm getting back in shape. Like, because didn't he have a fight against somebody else? Like,
That's what I remember him talking about it, because he was obviously talking to his wife or whatever, because they were trying to coax him to do another fight. And he was like, hey, he was wildly out of shape, like fat out of shape. I think he was on Joe Rogan talking about this. And he kind of got convinced, like, oh, why don't you just start training, see how it is. He started training, and that was it. Just caught the bug again, and now he's ripped and looking great.
And he's what, 52 or something?
Yes, I want to say, if not older than that, 57. So
insane.
There we go, dude.
Insane. And there isn't. I saw this advertised the other day, or I think it was Dave Mason from BetOnline was saying that, talking about odds between Anthony Joshua, the former heavyweight champion of the world, going up against former UFC fighter Francis Ngannou, I believe tomorrow night. And obviously Joshua being a boxer, heavy favorite here, I think minus 300. And one of those things where like 70% of the money is on Joshua, but like 70% of the bets are on Ngannou. So just people like, trying to get the juice, not putting much into it. But I can't stand Jake Paul. Oh my God, please.
I mean, it is rigged, right? Like it has to be.
Yes. I mean, I can't believe you have to even ask me that, Tony.
Because like, kind of like, because Mike Tyson, dude, like, come on.
Mike Tyson, stop.
He has his own successful weed line, says Josh. Weed brand. Wow, it seems like you kind of know. But dude, you gonna watch the fight though? But dude, would you actually watch the fight?
No.
Come on.
I can't watch fights.
Like if we're all together at your house, whatever,
No, I'd be
streaming,
so
Steven,
pissed.
dude,
Like,
really?
I would rather watch, let me just think about this for a second, the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Ottawa Senators, backup tenders, guys out for trades, last game of the season, playing for nothing. Give me that every day of the week, twice on Sunday.
If you had to put a bet in that fight, who are you betting on, you think? You think Tyson's gonna go down?
Yeah, I guess. But I think it's going to be like some stupid draw or something.
How about the 30-year difference between the two bonds?
I don't know. It is, but come on. My like you're all about outrage with certain things, Tony. I mean, isn't this like what are you doing? Is this a waste of time?
No, I guess it is, dude.
I just hate the fact of like giving them our money. Obviously, they're not getting my money, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, see what happens, right?
Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I would still watch the fight. I think if it's on, if it's like Stream East, we're hanging out, whatever, I'll turn it on.
Give me UFC all day.
Oh yeah, obviously. What if not?
Like
whatever.
And yes, Michael. Yes.
It's so faked and staged. He says, "Are you still watching it, Michael?" Michael's still gonna watch it if it's on. Dude.
I don't know. I don't
Jake
know about
Paul, Mike Tyson. See, did they even announce a date? Let's see if they announced a date. July 20th. Wow, at AT&T Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
Holy cow.
Scheffler
Oh, boy.
rimming out for eagle, but will tap in for birdie. But it's like,
That's ridiculous.
at least
dude.
he'll
You
move
had
to
your
1 under.
shot, dude. 1 under, that was good. He's on pace for 3 under.
Right.
Let's go.
Right. And then I just wanted to see too. I don't know. It says O'Malley. Is that this week? It might be on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yes, Saturday night. But looks like 6 o'clock. But I think maybe that's just like the undercard. But O'Malley versus Vera too. I don't know who Vera is, but I know obviously Ryan O'Malley. And then Michael, do you like? I know he said live, but he meant like money. I'll catch the fake
Highlights, if anything.
Really
really
embarrassing
embarrassing.
for the sport of boxing and Tyson, and then Josh B with the UFC 299. Tony.
Pretty solid, dude. Yeah, Sean O'Malley, Marlon Vera, excuse me.
Oh, Dustin Poirier is
Dustin
fighting.
Poirier, dude. This is something. Michael, here we go. Saturday night, streamies, couple of drinks, maybe a pie, dude. Go to the Horseshoe. It's on. What's up, dude?
Peter Yan is fighting as well. He's a veteran fighter. You got Curtis Blades in the mix as well. Rafael Dos Anjos. Those are really everybody that I'm familiar with. A shame. I will be. Scheffler actually. So I thought it was a tap in. It's actually 3 foot 2 inches. I honestly, this phone is gonna go right at your head if he misses it.
Oh my god, dude! I'll be sure to duck.
Let's see what we got here. Is there a
Thank you, Michael.
He makes it.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I was saying, I'll be in North Carolina, so I don't think we're gonna buy the pay-per-view over there for this fight. But hey,
Why not? They're not into it.
no. But I mean, I'm not really like.
Yeah, you don't.
It just if it's in, it's kind of like one of those things. Like if it's in front of me, sure, but I'm not like it's not that big of a deal for me. But I definitely like bigger fights. I've just seen anything. Pereira next UFC is fighting. I know he's a big fighter.
Love big fighters.
Yeah, so we'll keep you posted there. As Hideki Matsuyama is now 4 under, 1 shot back of Luke List.
Let's go,
so
dude.
Solo second right now for Hideki. And yeah, so Stream East, free 99. Yeah, I guess I was more saying too, Michael. It's just they're not going to want to watch it at the end of the day. And like I said, like I think it'd be like what you were laying out, the pie and the beers and stuff. Like then, like I'm like into it, but like this weekend it's just not in the cards.
Okay, I'd rather be watching Scotty.
Yes, actually, definitely. What about you?
Like, am I going to watch UFC?
No, I'm saying, and I know they're not going to be on the same time, but if it was live and it's this UFC card or it's the final round of Bay Hill, Scotty, Rory, 1 and 2, like tied going into the final round, honestly.
I mean, if it were doing like they're tied, last hole, whatever, final round, and then it's O'Malley's fight, I'm probably switching back and forth at least.
But what if you had to? Honestly.
I guess I'm doing the fight, dude.
The fight, but if it was the Masters,
it depends on the situation, because like UFC is so much different than watching golf, like
right.
You watch UFC, I am like constantly like dialed in, edge of my seat, like for the fights, So I don't know. I think I have to go UFC, dude.
Wow, disappointing, definitely.
I know you are. It's all right. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last.
So it really has to be like Tiger's return, like a chance to win. That's the only thing that you're gonna go over this UFC fight.
I'm at least, if I'm like, if I have to watch one or the other, can't flip back and forth.
Yeah,
it would have to be some stupid fight I don't care about. Like O'Malley, I like a lot. Like he's a pretty crazy fighter.
Yeah.
If it's honestly anyone else, probably not.
Josh B says I'm doing the fight definitely. The hypotheticals, LOL.
Brian loves them.
But yeah, so that's really where we're at right now. I think Scotty just put one in the fairway. But we'll recap round 1 of the API tomorrow, as well as the spring training games for the Yankees and the Mets, as well as the full slate of NHL. So we'll be good stuff tomorrow. And shout out to everybody for being part of a record day here on the Sports Port. Over 200 live viewers. That, Tony, is what it's all about.
Hell yeah, brother.
So we really appreciate everybody. And as Tony once said, you guys are our bloodline. But again, thank you for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume. Merch, downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees. And we will see you.
Go Mets! Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.